Hello Year 9 and welcome back to Lesson 5 of Home Learning in the summer term. I hope you're all well and that you've been enjoying the nice weather we've had until a couple of days ago. Okay, your topic for today is ma ville, which is my town. And so here is a list of the equipment that you will need for today's lesson. You will need the exercise book that the school gave you, a pen and a ruler, your knowledge organizer for module 5, which you can open on a tab on your computer, and also wordreference.com, the online dictionary, to look up any words not in your knowledge organizer. So again, open a tab for that. Pause to get everything ready. Please remember to email me if you have any questions about the activities in today's lesson, or also if you want to receive an achievement point, please send me photos of your fantastic work. And my email address is just here. Okay, as always, your date is at the top right-hand corner, and today is jeudi 30 avril, and the title Ma ville is my town, so please underline both of those. Also write your objective, l'objectif, which is to describe your town today. So pause and do that now. Your do now activity is here. It should take about 5 minutes. Pour commencer, complétez les blancs. So to start, fill in the gaps. So copy the grid, which I'm about to show you, and then fill in the gaps. It is retrieval work. It's from what you did in the last lesson with Mr Bolis. So it's a recap on avoir and être. You just have to fill in the parts of the verb where there is a blank. Okay, try to do this without looking in your book. Try to do it from memory to see just how well you remember these two key verbs. And then we will correct it all together. So pause now to complete the activity and press play to get the answers. And so here now is the correction. So for je, you should have suis. For tu, a. For il, elle, on, et. For nous, avant. For vous, et. And for il, elle, on. Now don't mix up on, they have, and sont, they are. There's just an S difference between avoir and être here. So ils ont is they have, ils sont is they are. Okay, pause and correct now, and then I will pass you to Mr Bolis to complete the rest of today's lesson. Enjoy your learning. Au revoir.
So for our first activity, since we're looking into learning about town this morning, or revising about town, because this is a topic you did in Year 8, I'm going to read some phrases to you, and what I want you to do is just repeat them after me. Il y a un cinéma. Il y a un café. Il y a un théâtre. Il y a un centre commercial. Il y a un bowling. Il y a une piscine. Il y a une plage. Il y a une boîte de nuit. Il y a une patinoire. Il y a des magasins. Good work, Year 9. So now what I want you to do, I'm going to ask you to write down all the French that you've got on your screen there and then match it up with English. You can now press pause. When you're ready to look at the correction, press play again. So let's have a look at the correction. Il y a un cinéma is, of course, there is a cinema. Il y a un café, there is a coffee shop. Il y a un théâtre, there is a theatre. Please note the difference in pronunciation between the French and English. French is really théâtre. You've got 3 syllables there. 4. Il y a un centre commercial, there is a shopping center. Il y a un bowling, there is a bowling alley. Il y a une piscine, there is a swimming pool. Il y a une plage, There is a beach. Il y a une boîte de nuit. There is a nightclub. Il y a une patinoire. There is an ice rink. Il y a des magasins. There are shops. So the last one is different because magasin is plural. So it's not there is anymore. It's there are, of course. So to practice the vocabulary today, we're going to do something a bit different. If you're doing Latin with Dr. Williams, you know a bit more about this, but if not, don't worry too much. We're going to use Quizlet. So what I want you to do, I want you to follow the link that I left on class chart, which is going to take you directly to the page that is in front of you. Then I want you to complete the following activities. I want you to spend time learning, then writing, and then spelling. Finally, I want you to test yourself and send me a screenshot of your score so I know how well you've done in that Quizlet. So do not hesitate to rewind a bit the video to look at the instructions again, but if you go on to, if you follow the link for Quizlet, that should be self-explanatory. So you've got about 10 minutes to do all this. When you're ready, press play again to do the next activity together. So for our next activity, we're going to write a few sentences in our exercise books. Actually, we're going to write 7 sentences. But before you do that, let's have a look at the grid that you've got in front of your eyes. The first column is dans ma ville, which means in my town, you've got in there. Then you've got il y a un, then il y a une, then il y a des. And the third column are all the places that we saw earlier in the lesson. Now, of course, you know that some nouns in French are masculine, which is your first line, il y a un. Some are feminine, which is your second line, il y a une. And some are plural, which is il y a des. Now, you can make any of the phrases from line 1 or 2 plural. So if you want to say there are swimming pools, you would say il y a des piscines, adding an S at the end of piscine. Fourth column is what's new in the lesson. They are prepositions. So you've got dans le, which means in the, derrière le, behind the, devant le, entre le, en face du, à côté du, près du. And that's for your first top column. If you look at the second one, it's going to slightly change because, of course, what follows after are feminine places. And at the bottom, you've got all the plural version. Now, what we're going to do, instead of me continuing to explain, is that I'm going to read you a few sentences. I want you to write them down in your exercise book. Numéro 1. Dans ma ville, il y a un cinéma derrière les magasins. Numéro 2. Dans ma ville, il y a une patinoire dans le centre commercial. Now, of course, feel free to pause the video whenever you want to and press play again when you've caught up. Numéro 3. Dans ma ville, il y a une plage devant le centre commercial. Numéro 4. Dans ma ville, il y a une boîte de nuit entre le café et le bowling. Good work. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to read you the sentence in English, write it down in French. Numéro 5. In my town, there is a theatre near the swimming pool. Numéro 6. In my town, there is a bowling alley opposite the theatre. Et numéro 7. In my town, there is a cinema near the beach. Okay, well done, Year 9. Now let's see what you had to write in your exercise book. So I want you to take a couple of minutes, press pause, go over what you've written, check for the accents, particularly on derrière, au cinéma, café, boîte de nuit, théâtre is an interesting one with plenty of accents. And when you've finished, press play again for our next activity. So for our next activity, you've got a bit of freedom. I want you to write 5 sentences of your choice describing your town. And when you're done, can you please translate them into English? You've got about 5 minutes to do that. You can now press pause and press play again to look at our final activity. So for our final activity, I want you to translate the following sentences into French.